Hey YouTube, this is Jaden from Shadow Strike coming at you with another, not deck profile, with part 7 of our segment, Cards That Make My Dick Hurt. I was not going to make a second one of these today because I just posted part 6, which please go check that out. And if you haven't checked out any of them, please start at part 1 and work your way forward. I guarantee you they're worth your time. But anyway, this part, which is part 7, if I'm keeping my numbers right, is dedicated to Shadow Strike member Christen and his clan, which is his clan of choice, is the Dimensional Police clan, and he wanted me to do one on the grade 3 that'll be coming out in set 8, which is Blue Storm Armada. One second. Thanks, guys. And it is the one that he's been waiting forever for. He's probably had a couple seizures because it just hasn't come yet. Time's probably I mean, I know how it feels when you're waiting for a certain card for your clan to come out, because he now knows what it feels like when I was waiting for Majesty. But anyway, luckily it is April, so almost there. But anyway, and also I'm waiting for Aquaforce stuff, so I'm still in the same boat with him. But anyway, I made a couple notes, and I didn't want to just talk about the grade 3, because in order to understand the card I'm talking about, which I can't really say that this segment is over one card. It's about a series, so, but it's still going to be Cards That Make My Dick Hurt Part 7, and the one I'm going to be talking about comes out of set 8, so I don't have it here to show you, but it is Galactic Beast Zeal. Now, before I tell you what Zeal does as far as the Galactic Beast grade 3 does, I'm going to tell you what the Ride Chain does, pretty much, and I made notes, and I'll read these to you real quick. First of all, grade 0. It is like the Spectral Duke starter. If you ride the correct grade 1 on top of it, you get to look at the top 7 cards and search for the grade 2 or grade 3 and add it to your hand. If another grade 1 rides it, except the correct one, you can slide him to a rear guard. Simple. Grade 1. If the correct grade 1 rides, if you ride the grade 1, which is, crap, I didn't write it down, Eye of Destruction Zeal, I believe. If Eye of Destruction, my name's right, if rides the 0, which would be the correct one, it's plus 1,000. So he goes to 8,000. And then when the grade 2 rides him, you'll be able to select one of your opponent's rear guards, and one of your opponent's rear guards. It's either rear guards or vanguards. I can't remember which on the lower grades. But you get to select a unit and they lose 3,000. As a matter of fact, one second. One second, guys. I want to make sure I get this right. So, when this card, blah, 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 blah. I want to make sure I get this right for Christian, because he will kill me. Okay, yeah, I was right. It is your opponent's Vanguard. So if the grade 2 rides the grade 1, your opponent's Vanguard will lose 3,000 power for the next turn, for that turn. Then the grade 2. When the grade 2 rides it, it's plus 1,000 to the Vanguard, and it's the same ability. When the grade 3 rides on top of that, your opponent's Vanguard will lose 3,000 power for that turn. Simple enough. Alright. Now we get to the grade 3, which is Galactic Beast Zeal. He is a grade 3 with 10,000 base power. His abilities are this. If the grade 2 is in the soul, he goes up by 1,000 like all the other downgraded parts do if the previous piece is in the soul. So he'll be at 11,000. His limit break ability. Counterblast 2... and your opponent's Vanguard loses 1,000 power for every Dimensional Police unit on your board. So, you Counterblast 2 and say you have 5. Your opponent's Vanguard will lose 5,000 power. And the trick here is, is when you ride the grade 3, you'll get the grade 2 ability to downgrade your opponent's Vanguard by 3,000 power, And then if you can activate your limit break, then you can lower it even lower. So the point of the Galactic Beast Zeal ride chain is to weaken your opponent's Vanguard to, 1, make it easier to hit and deal damage, and 2, it also will make it harder for your opponent to guard. Because, okay, think about it. Your opponent rides the grade 3. Your Vanguard will immediately lose 3,000 power. So, for argument's sake, you know, it's going to lose a good portion of its defense. I mean, for a cross ride, that brings it to a 10k. For an 11k, that makes it a 10, 9, 8, an 8, and then a 10, a 7. So it lowers it like that. Then, if you limit break on top of that, you can lose up to 6,000 more power, making him very, very weak. I mean, we're talking Skull Witch Namain weak, you know, and I'll love to use Skull Witch, but you're hot as fuck, but you're weak. But back to the point. The point of the card is to weaken your opponent's Vanguard so hard it's hard to block. So you either have to, A, ditch a perfect guard from your hand, or B, you have to use a lot of shield. Now, obviously, as Christian and any Deep Police player will know, when you very first start using it, maybe the first time or two, you want them to use the perfect guards, because when they use the perfect guards, you know, okay, I know he's used 1, I know he's used 2. Well, when you play someone at your locals, eventually you kind of figure out how many perfect guards they play, but I call them perfect guard bluffs. It's a perfect way to, you know, get rid of those perfect guards, because when Zeal attacks and his ability is kicked in, and there's other abilities throughout the deck that can lower attacks, and it can literally cripple your opponent. So the Galactic, like all the notes here I made on it, which the Zeal stuff, it comes out in set 8, Blue Storm Armada, which the main focus of set 8 is obviously for the Aquaforce deck, but there are also a lot of other good things coming out in set 8. Should be a really great set, and this is one of the series that will be released. The Dimensional Police deck came out in set 4, which came out in December, and the second, ever since that set, Christian has been, you know, biting his fingernails for set 8. So, Galactic Beast Zeal, I will say, he already has his deck. Any Dimensional Police deck that's out there, he already has built in his head, which is a scary place to be. But, you know, that's why when he did his deck profile, and when I told you a little bit about him before he did that, in my, top 10 cheapest clan ideas, to pick up D-Police stuff, because the Zeal stuff is going to be competitive. And also, with Dimensional Robo Dayusha coming out in this set, along with the Zeal stuff, it's going to be a big set for D-Police. It's going to be the thing that they finally are going to get their second set of criticals too. And I think they get another set of stands. I might be wrong. But it's going to be a big set for D-Police, and it's going to make them... I told Christian right now, I think we agreed that D-Police was tier 1.5. I think it will put them up into the tier 1 once they get this set, because you'll have 3 very compatible decks. I think the Storm deck will still be a good option, because it'll have a second set of criticals, which I think will help the deck. Because then he can play 6 crit and 6 stand. The Dayusha deck is going to be really good, but the Zeal deck, I think... The Zeal deck, I think my opinion is, I think the Zeal deck is going to require the most skill, because a lot of limit breaks in the game you can activate, and you can sometimes take a chance. With Zeal, you really can't, because you got to Counterblast 2 to use his effect, and if you use it at the wrong time, you can waste it. So, I know Christian's really excited for the Zeal ride chain. And I'm excited for him. I'll be happy when he has it, because then, and plus I'll have my Aquaforce stuff then, so that'll be a fun matchup to play. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is dedicated to my friend, my good friend Christian, and because he's a D-Police whore. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you some insight to the Galactic Beast set. It will be the pre-release for us is May 5th, and then I think the set is officially out the following week. So everybody get ready for set 8 because it's going to be a big one. Because the two main clans that are going to get support in it are obviously the Aqua Force and the Dimensional Police, but tell me what you think of the Zeal series in the comment section. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And when Christian finally watches this, I hope I gave good, accurate descriptions. I hope I gave good names. But tell me what you think in the comment section. Well, not me, really. It'll be him that'll be reading them. But so write a comment for us and rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.